Hey guys, seeing as though I was so speechless in my original video watching a reaction, I decided to come back and actually do a shot-by-shot breakdown of exactly what's going on in the trailer here. This is going to be filled with spoilers, so if you've not read the Wheel of Time series and don't want to be spoiled, uh, I will be talking about details, not major plot spoilers for the story, but maybe setting and character details, pointing out specific people and scenes and what's going on where. So beware, step away now if you need to, and if you're still with us, let's get on with the video. Obviously, first we've got a shot of Maureen, but it sort of looks like she's um, made up to be younger here and wearing accepted white. So I'm wondering if this is some sort of flashback sequence to when she's inducted into the White Tower um, as an accepted, which would make sense given the following scenes that are
Swear
coming.
your oath, Moraine Sedai.
I swear to speak no word that is not true.
Of her swearing her oaths. I'm not sure why she's swearing her oaths, assumably in like modern day. That's what this looks like, but I think that's probably a trick shot. So this is some sort of oath that the Amelins are asking her to swear when she visits the White Tower in episode 5, maybe 4 or 5. I don't know.
To make no weapon with which one person may kill another.
Here we have Maureen, Alana Mosvani, and Leandrine Grail, sisters of the blue, green, and red Arja, and they look like they're trying to shield and recapture Logain somewhere over the Caroline grass, perhaps.
And never to use the one power as a weapon.
And of course, Logain in the cage. Now, here it's kind of hard to tell. Of course, we've got Leandrin again and Maureen, and I think some people have thought this
The
was
one power as a weapon.
this was Kareen getting up in the background, but I think Kareen is actually over here, knocked out or dead, and I think this is Alana. Perhaps she was also in the room and is just recovering from the blast, even though she was out of shot initially. In the other footage we've seen. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure this is Alana and this is Kareen over here, dead as we suspected.
Do you know what Aes Sedai means?
I'm not actually certain, but I'm fairly sure this is Tom. I can't place him next to the actor in my head. I don't have a good image of him because we haven't seen a lot of him, but I'm pretty sure this is Tom. He does have a bit of a mustache going at least, and he's telling some Gleeman-like vocals, which I'll just let play.
You know what Aes Sedai means in the old tongue? Servants of...
In the old tongue as well, so the reference in the old tongue in the trailer, that's something to be aware of. Of course, this is the Hall of the Tower. You probably already know what this is, but this is all the most powerful sitters of the hall, the women from each different Arja in the White Tower, gathering together before the Amelin seat. Warren with the patented Kessiera.
It is they who...
Just gotta say, I love this shot of Swan. We've already seen it, so not gonna stay too long about it, but I love the fact that they're giving her tattoos. Definitely looks like something that a Tyrant Fisher woman would have, and we may actually get to see some of that backstory because Tia is included on the virtual map that that Amazon Prime put on the official listing for Wheel of Time in the Explore section.
serve the world.
All respect where respect is due to, of course, the reason that we all are here, Robert Jordan.
Why didn't you?
This is an interesting shot. I'm not sure exactly why she's looking out.
Use this path, but I will follow.
Drama.
follow it.
Where next?
Now this was interesting to me just because of the vocal. It sort of has quite a Northern English ring to it, like maybe not like my own voice, but um, the same sort of regional accent, and I just thought that was interesting to hear from Daniel Henney.
Where next?
The Two Rivers.
But this is obviously somewhere outside the Two Rivers before they travel there, so it's interesting that we may be seeing Moiraine and Lan on their journey before the Two Rivers. Does that mean that we'll see this perhaps as the opening part of the show? And here we have women walking through the mountains. We can assume that this is Nynaeve at the front here, followed by potentially a Gwen in that white dress that might be about to get really stained. And then the rest of the women's circle, or the women from, yeah, probably the women's circle, following behind here to witness the ceremony.
The old blood runs deep
So this will be quite early in episode 1, I imagine.
in those mountains.
Mentioning the old blood running deep is good as well. That some sort of link to Weep for Manetheren. Here we've got Egwene dancing around in a pool. Not sure what that's about exactly, but other than it's probably right before they throw paint all over her. And a beautiful shot of Zoe Robbins. Cried listening to her talk on the Dusty Wheel. It was fantastic. Yeah, she's gonna completely embody this character, and I can't wait for it.
Let's hope it's prepared them for what's coming.
Shot of Egwene looking up.
Prepared them for
That very much matches the lighting of other shots that we've seen in Shadow Logoth. So that is pretty certain that Shadow
prepared them for
Logoth.
what?
And Rand, Perrin, and Matt just slightly off camera here, with them looking at Matt like, "Why did you say something dumb?" Which is pretty on brand.
It's coming.
And him going, "Yeah, I did say something dumb, didn't I? Should we go and set a badger loose on the green?" Horses coming here. I am actually wondering if this is the Black Rider. And obviously it's cut to a different shot there. I'm not sure if this is the same scene as the horse's footsteps, but it could well be. Although it looks a bit too scary. I feel like if we see this and it's the Black Rider, then we know there's something wrong, whereas, I don't know.
The Dark One is waking.
The Dark One is waking, certainly is. So this is entering Shadow Logoth by the looks of it. We have Daniel Henney as Lan, Barney Harris as Matt Cawthon, Egwene again in the back, and then I'm guessing Perrin. Let me just... Very quick shot. So it looks like this is Perrin behind, possibly holding Moiraine on a dummy. And I know it's very small to see, probably, but yeah, I think this is Moiraine with Perrin's arm around her, or even Nynaeve maybe, but I'm not sure if Nynaeve would be with the group at this point. That is slightly unclear. This is not the same shot. It's not the same place. It kind of looks a bit like burnt down Emmons Field. They're dirty, their clothes and face is sort of like there's mud and soot. And Egwene's looking back as if she's looking at her family for the last time. So I'm pretty sure this is leaving the Two Rivers.
There will be one who can stand against.
We have Perrin here in a bright red shirt, looking rather confused.
him.
Bread tug and flip. Still not certain what scene this is. Riff said in his breakdown that it is after she has done something particularly awesome, so not sure. Leave a comment down below. Think of what you think that is, because I'm unsure on that one. Maybe she just snuck up on land, and that's considered awesome. Maybe this is something in the White Cloak rescue when she steals, but then she'd be on horseback. Yeah, I can't figure it out, but let me know in the comments what you think. And a beautiful ching ching sound effect there, as Matt is drawing that dagger. He looks not that rough here, but this is the Ruby Hill dagger. I can see the ruby there, and it's kind of curved as well. I really like that. It's got like a sinuous line to it, and he's looking rather not as bedraggled perhaps, but very ferocious. And here we have Rand drawing his bow. The backdrop seems to suggest Faldara to me.
One of the five of you.
Moiraine talking to the 5 villagers. Okay, so we've got Moiraine, Perrin, Egwene, Matt, and Rand. And then but the 5, she said a second ago. Don't think we got a shot of them.
The 5 of you.
But that was after they were including Nynaeve in that.
But there will be one who can stand against him. And it's one of the 5 of you.
Yep, that was all 5. Okay, so they're including Nynaeve, which is interesting, because if she says that speech to Nynaeve, does Nynaeve disagree? Does she like, no, they're not, and decides to stay in Emmonsfield?
You fully lost your mind.
Love that line from that. It's just him in his essence. One thing I noticed here, and this is a plot spoiler for the books and for the series as a whole. If you're new and you're just watching the series, skip on to this bit to like 20 seconds. But in the behind the scenes thing, in Warren's quest, when this shot happened, she is saying one will stand against him, and it just occurred to me that Rand is the one that's standing while the others are sat down, as she says that line. I know it's in the other trailer, and I'll get back to this, but yeah.
Your life isn't going to be what you thought.
I just get that shot.
What you
Make sure there's nothing interesting in the background there. Yeah, I think this is just a nice shot of Yosha Stradowski playing Randolph Thorpe. Okay, so here we see the group that Moiraine was talking to. I can't see who's behind Egwene. You would assume it's Nynaeve, but this would really help to confirm what I was speculating on a second ago.
What are those? His army has come.
Okay, I'm just gonna go back.
What are those?
I'm gonna turn this down. I'm not actually sure if there is another person.
What you thought?
No, okay, so this is a person in the background. So what's really interesting to me now is that they cut Moiraine saying the 5 of you, but she's only talking to 4 people unless she's including Lan in that group, which just doesn't make sense. She's talking to 4 people here, right? This is someone in the background. This little white bit over Egwene's head. And there's no one else in shot. Yeah, let me know what you think about that one too.
What are those?
And then we see the Trolloc torches in the Mountains of the Mist coming down from the Waygate.
His army is coming.
And we get our first views of the Trollocs. They are leaping and bounding through. I'm actually just going to cue this on slow. Leaping and bounding through.
His army is coming.
Turn this down a bunch.
His army is
Just the
coming.
way that they're like this one's loping along, and they're all just sort of waving their arms about. Yeah, definitely screams Trollocs to me, and the sheer numbers of them like coming down really drives home that they're going to be running for their lives. And a fearsome shot there. These Trollocs look great. This is obviously Trollocs at Winter Night attacking Emmonsfield and the Two Rivers. Or, yeah, they seem to be just calling it the Two Rivers in the show. We get some fantastic shots of Trollocs there. So here we have what we can assume to be Narg, kicking in the door of the Alfor farmhouse. He's already covered in blood, so he's been on a killing spree, but he's got the wolf ears and the face and the hooves as well. And this is Tam and Rand here. Perrin saying, "What can we do?" Tam looking like he's about to go into a sword form. And look at that. It is... Ah, God, yeah. Those all too human eyes staring out from a non-human face is perfect Trolloc. And here it looks like Tam's being backed into a corner.
We protect people we
Rand's getting up
love.
and finishing the job with a timely arrow. I think this is Lan and Moiraine on horseback. Maybe when she's injured and he's trying to get her to some help with the Aes Sedai nearby. And again, yeah, he's carrying her there, putting her down to rest for the night.
No matter the cost.
No matter the cost, she said.
No matter the
And this looks like it's in the Two Rivers still, maybe. Nynaeve's in the background. Yeah, this is probably in the Wine Spring Inn.
cost.
Here we have a beautiful shot of Valdara, and in the background, Tarwin's Gap, where many of the biggest battles with the Shadow Spawn take place in the series. So that is going to be in the later half of the series, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, here we have Moiraine and Lan closest to view, and then I believe this is probably Uno, because I'm fairly certain this is an eye patch here, and he is wearing Shinar and Sigil. So is this person here. Not entirely certain. It could be Chadma Patel, who's rumored to be playing Lord Ingtar. So that would be an interesting call, and the two ahead, I'm guessing, are just random guards. And down here, right at the end, in the full Bushido outfit, I'm guessing that is Lord Agolmar, one of the 5 great captains, and yeah, a very well-renowned general and tactician. And he does look quite regal in a way. Okay, here we have an Aes Sedai of the Yellow Arger being burned at the stake. alive. I don't know how. I don't know how she isn't able to weave, like, but it would appear from the subsequent shots that this is at the White Cloak hands. So the White Cloaks appear to be capturing and executing by fire the Aes Sedai, which is not a departure from the books, but the White Cloaks were never quite that scary in the books because they never actually managed to take any Aes Sedai. They just said they were hunting them. But if they actually are, that makes the White Cloaks a lot scarier and more formidable. And yeah, I was really surprised with this shot, but...
Our enemies are everywhere.
And here we have Abdul Salice in Valda with blood all over his fingers. Looking at a fire with a woman. Yeah, that's what that is in the glass. Looking triumphant at his burning witch.
They will.
And then putting her ring, a yellow ring, so confirming she's of the yellow Archer, not just the colour of the dress, but also the gem in the ring, along with 3 others, I believe. So he's got a kill count of 4 guys. Valda already has a kill count of 4, and we're not even on episode 1 yet.
Leave no one standing.
I'm not sure exactly where or what this shot is. It may be some sort of flashback, but I know from Rafe's commentary in his breaking down of the trailer, he said that it was a demonstration of the bond between Moiraine and Lan and them feeling pain at the same time, or something along those lines. So it's good that they're putting that sort of thing into the show and explaining that bond. In a visual way, but I'm not entirely sure where this scene takes place. I'm wondering if this could be Moiraine and Alana and someone else in Accepted White, but this kind of looks like Zoe Robbins is Nynaeve to me, which feels out of place, but I feel like I must be wrong about the person on the left here. Although, when she opened her eyes, then it still looked like Nynaeve to me. I'm kind of confused about this shot on why they're in white. Unless it's some sort of punishment after they reach the White Tower, for like they have to dress in novice white or something. Rand bringing Tam into the 2 rivers here to find it all burned down after the Winter Night attack. And we have Rand saying, "I can't lose you," before we get a shot of 3 White Cloaks encircling a Perrin and a Gawain. This is Aram here, a Tinker Boy laid out on the grass. We can assume he just been knocked out by the White Cloaks. I don't think he'll be dead, but if he is, I'm fine with that. Not certain who... Oh, no. Okay, that feels very Tom Merrilin to me. That knife coming out of the sleeve feels very Tom Merrilin Gleeman. Yeah. Here we have another Trolloc. Bit different. Yeah, I love the variation of shots. Attacking Gawain and Nynaeve. Getting hit back. Here at the Waygate shot, we have Loyal. We have our first proper sighting of Loyal. I know you could sort of see him in the background of a previous Waygate shot, and I know it's not even a proper sighting. We can't get his face or anything. But oh my god, I am so excited to see a Loyal, and I appreciate that they're probably keeping it secret so that they can play up that initial factor. In the same way that the boys experience that with him, they will want viewers to. But yeah, I can't wait for our boy Loyal. Yeah, and another shot of the way game.
The dark one now.
Okay, so that is Tom Merrilin fighting a Murdral. That is 100% a Murdral, and it's definitely Tom Merrilin, and I believe it goes with the shot of him sliding that dagger out of his sleeve. So this appears to be in Breen Spring, a town that did exist, although only minutely in the books. In Breen Spring, it's on the Amazon's map on the Wheel of Time page, explore page, and it appears to be where Rand and Matt will meet Tom and also leave Tom behind, perhaps in a White Bridge style moment. And Zoe Robin's running away from something there, not certain what. Trollocs on Winter Night being exploded.
The whole world will.
And a great shot of like a whole Trolloc fist there charging across Evansfield as there's like dying people in the foreground here.
Burn.
Another great shot of a Trolloc. And some of Moiraine channeling the One Power, or Moiraine as they seem to be saying in the show.
I can't allow it.
I will say, this is not how I would expect a fireball to be channeled, but I love her interpretation of it. She just sort of leans back and she's fully gonna fling it over her head, and yeah, just that movement as the flame springs up.
Can't allow it.
As she pulls the flame through the weave from that forge earlier.
I can't allow it.
So we saw the scene in a previous teaser of Perrin's forge and some fire being pulled away in weaves, and that looks like it's coming directly into this weave here, and she's just throwing it back, and then and that looks like, I just want to go back and look at that Trolloc real quick, because it looks like a birdie Trolloc. Such a quick shot. Oh, look at that. It's got like feathers and proper talons, like an owl. You can sort of see its beak there. So quick. Yeah, you get a bit more of its beak. Oh my god. The variation on the Trollocs is really astounding. And how realistic they
I
all are.
can't allow it.
Okay, here we have Logan melting apart the cage that was keeping him. This is truly awe-striking. A dagger coming to Logan's neck as a weave swirls around to stop it in its tracks. The weave is tinted with Sidin, so we can assume this is Logan channeling to protect himself. This dagger has 3 6-pointed stars on it, which is the sigil of Gildan. So this is assumably Gildanin soldier, or possibly even King Elrond. I believe that was his name. I might be wrong, actually. That might be the Amadisian king. But yeah, some sort of Gildanian person, possibly the king, possibly one of his guards, attacking Logan and being stopped. And a shot of Alana and her 2 warders, I believe. Ivon, and I'm not sure this fellow's name. I don't know if he is a warder or not. But the way that he crouches in time with her blast makes it feel like he is. Yeah, and she is causing some destruction. So it's an interesting juxtaposition with the Oaths in the beginning saying that they'll never use the One Power as a weapon, and then showing them doing exactly that. But I guess it's showcasing that they do have ways around it. Some more shots of Trollocs, and then Shinaran soldiers by all guesses. Just going from the top knots. Pretty sure that's some Shinarans at Faldara. Now, this is an Aiel, which is real interesting. I love the buckler. I'm glad to see that detail, specifically of like a small wooden buckler has made it in. We've got a couple of bloodied spears and another one in hand, and a belt knife there as well, along with, of course, the Shufa and the gaidon saw. So yeah, all the details are bang on with the Aiel. But more interesting is actually the backdrop in where this scene is taking place. I'm 1000% certain that this is the slopes of Dragon Mount, and what we're seeing here is a flashback to the birth of the Dragon Reborn. More on that in this next shot. Now, here on the breastplate of the knight is what appears to be 9 golden bees, assuming that there's another one hidden under the lapel of the cloak here. The 9 golden bees is the sigil of Ilion, and a knight or soldier who was in an Ilion force is Tamal IV, the father of Rand, who we meet early on and we saw with a sword earlier. In his past, he was a soldier commanding a small Ilian force, and he did fight in the Aiel War 20 years ago. This appears to be a woman, potentially, by the figure. So a maiden of the spear, father of Smai, and I actually think she's trying to take this cloak off possibly Tam or one of his regiment. I think she's trying to take this cloak to potentially wrap around the newborn on the slopes of Dragon Mount, and I'm fairly certain that this whole sequence means that we're going to get to see at some point, maybe as a fever dream, or maybe later on when a reveal happens. But I think we're going to get a flashback to the Dragon Reborn on the slopes of Dragon Mount being born. And then we have the Gildan Darth Logan shot. Rand with bow once again. That looks like a Shinaran flag in the background, so it's just another shot from that same scene in Faldara. The whole of the tower. And you can see, obviously this has been pointed out before, but there's one seat missing here, and it's one of the green sitters. So we can assume that this is Kareen Nagashi, who apparently dies in the middle of the season.
The wheel weaves as the wheel wills.
Lovely detail there. And showing the link between the Great Serpent and the White Tower as well is a nice touch.
Do you think we'll ever go back?
Perrin asking Egwene if she thinks they'll ever go back, and she answers in kind. Oof, that is a great shot of a Myrddraal leading a Trollocs fist, and you can really tell the gaze of the eyeless is fear. Matt seeing this approaching horde and having an oh shit moment, probably very early on. Land dealing with some Trollocs. Perrin swinging an axe. Okay, gotta stop on that one. Yeah, Perrin is fully swinging an axe at a Trolloc here. And then we go back to more enchantment. Oh, want to get that shot. I don't know what that was. Oh my god, this looks like a bunch of the women's circle ganging up on a Trolloc. Holy shit. This is totally a bunch of the women's circle ganging up on a Trolloc, which is fantastic foreshadowing for the much later Battle of the Two Rivers, when the women step into. Oh my god, I've just noticed this and it's getting me so hype. Ram blowing out the candle, some sort of symbolism for the flame in the void.
No.
And of course, we know that Egwene won't ever return home, but Perrin probably will. Prime Video. So that is my shot-by-shot breakdown of the Wheel of Time's latest trailer. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. Let me know if you have any speculation about things I was unsure of. Like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. Stick around. I usually make music videos, but I just got sort of caught up in trailer hype today and decided to do this too. So yeah, thanks guys. Tai'Shar YouTube.